In problem 31 here, we did a survey of 425 workers. The average hourly wage was $26.44, had a standard deviation of 488. They tell us the data is approximately bell-shaped, which tells us we want to use Chebyshev's rule. So looking at how data is distributed in a bell-shaped distribution. First, they ask us estimate the percentage of wages less than 2156, greater than 3620, and then between 1668 and 3132. So here is our bell-shaped distribution, and 68% of that data, we've marked it off here, the mean here. So this could be either X bar or if we're talking about population, it's mu, and then plus S or plus sigma, plus 2S or 2 sigma, and 3S or 3 sigma, and then subtract 1, 2, and 3 standard deviations the other way. So from 1 standard deviation below to 1 standard deviation above is 68% of the data. Since it's symmetric, that's 34% in each of these ranges. 95% of the data is between 2 standard deviations above and 2 below, with 68% in the middle. That leaves 13.5% here and 13.5% here. And then since 95% is in the middle, that leaves 5% for the outside edges, 2.5% on the left, and 2.5% on the right. Now, if you want just between 2 and 3 standard deviations above, that's a little bit less. That's 2.35%. Same for 2 and 3 standard deviations below. So on all of these problems, take your mean, the 2644 right here. That is your mean, or if it's sample mean, if you're dealing with sample information, it'd be X bar. And then your standard deviation, so put that in the middle. And then your standard deviation here, 488, that is your sigma, or S if you're dealing with sample information. And what you're going to do is you're going to add that 488 3 times. So I added it once, twice, and 3 times. That's how I got these numbers. That's 1, 2, and 3 standard deviations above. And then you subtract that 488 3 times. Once, twice, and 3 times. That's 1, 2, and 3 standard deviations below. So now you've got all of your cutoffs. So now we can pretty easily answer the questions just by adding up the appropriate percentages. So we want to first know what percentage here is less than 2156. Well, my 2156 is here. Less than 2156 would be to the left. That's going to be 13.5% here and another 2.5% there, which is right here, 16% for part A. Estimate the percentage that's greater than 3620. So our 3620 is 2 standard deviations above here. Greater than that is just this 2.5%, which is right here. Estimate the percentage between 1668 and 3132. So here's my 1668 and my 3132. So that's between here and here. And so I just add up the percentages. In the middle, I've got 68%, and then another 13.5. So 13.5 and 68, 81.5%. So if you just set up your normal distribution here and mark off your mean, plus 1 to 3 standard deviations, and minus 1 to 3 standard deviations, then you can answer your questions just by adding up percentages on this diagram. And this diagram is in the review document, but it's also on the formula sheet in the class help folder.